This is an image that I'd wanted to shoot for many years, and I'd been to this location for many years before, so I kind of knew exactly what I wanted to do for this panorama. For this trip specifically, I am trying to get a full Milky Way panorama over moonscape overlook, as well as some really bizarre sort of aerial images and telephoto images of that basin at the bottom of moonscape overlook with my drone and with my telephoto camera at sunrise, right when the first light from twilight starts to strike it, and then again when the sunlight itself actually starts to strike these badlands. Now, moonscape overlook is very convenient because you can camp right here on the edge of the cliff face in your car, which is much better than some of the other locations I like to shoot astro, where you have to camp somewhere else and then wake up and drive like an hour or so in order to get the shot. So this allows me to get like 1, 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep before the Milky Way comes up, wake up, get out, shoot the Milky Way for a little while, and then get back into bed. So we ended up getting lucky with the conditions for the Milky Way that night. I got up and I managed to get this full Milky Way panorama. Taken on the Nikon D850 with the Tamron 15-30 at 15mm. My camera settings for the original single exposure panorama were 20-second exposures at f2.8, 15mm at ISO 12800. I then turned on my star tracker and adjusted my camera settings in order to get a much cleaner, longer exposure of the night sky itself, which would give me no star trailing with less image noise. For this, I adjusted my ISO down to ISO 800. I kept my aperture at f2.8, but I shot 8-minute exposures tracked. Once my full Milky Way panorama of 5 images was complete for the sky, I turned my star tracker back off, and then I shot my foreground panorama at the exact same settings. I then combined all of these images in post to give me this final result you see here. I was really happy with the final result of this image. This is an image that I'd wanted to shoot for many years, and I'd been to this location for many years before, so I kind of knew exactly what I wanted to do for this panorama. The only thing that I had wished I had gotten was a person standing out on this infamous little rock that kind of jets out from the cliff face, but I didn't know how to pull that off with my long exposure 8-minute foreground. I just didn't know how to get someone solid there. And I didn't really feel like trying to hold still for 8 minutes and go out there myself and, set up a time lapse to try and pull it off. It just didn't seem like a feasible thing. I was tired, it was cold, it was dark, I didn't want to do it by myself. But maybe sometime in the future I'll go back out there with a little bit of help and I can get the same panorama with a person actually standing out here on this formation. Now, I was really happy with the way this final image turned out. It did take a lot of time to assemble all of the pieces of the panorama, but I think it was 100% worth it. There's just something really magical about the quality you can get from really long exposures tracked of the night sky.